For me, I'm looking around, I'm probably the oldest in this room. 30 years ago when I left university, I was still using typewriters. So in 30 years, technology has come a long way, and I guess I just wanted to show you that I am trying to adapt to this whole new generation. I think a little bit of a story, I remember when the internet was starting at the place I was working at. I know it's funny, but yes. And I guess that was a massive change to businesses and to school and the whole thing about researching and stuff. And I actually think we're at that precipice now that this is a massive change, that we need to actually be up there, be up to date to learn the new stuff. So that's why I'm doing it. I'm learning, so I will make mistakes, but I guess a couple of things I wanted to first start with. I'm going to go through the cost. There is a cost to this if you want to go and do fancy PowerPoints, videos and all that sort of stuff. There's also thousands and thousands of apps. So it's not just looking at English, you can adapt it to maths, science, sorry, do I just...
No, you're off.
You can adapt it to technology, you can adapt it to so many different subjects. Okay, so it's not just, I have used English as examples, but it's not just to be used in English. I have also going to show you how to do videos, not just create PowerPoints to create videos, and it only takes a few minutes. It's pretty mind-blowing, and I guess I've really enjoyed it. I've got a bit lost when I've been doing it too. So you can spend an hour, you can spend hours going through this sort of stuff. So put a time limit once you start, that's what I say, because you could spend a whole day going through this, going through apps, doing everything. But the outcome is, it will be easier for you to do your lessons, lesson plans, do PowerPoints, videos, create whatever you want to do. Bridget's seen one of the videos, so that was my first video I tried. We used it for 7 English, and I think it was pretty cool. I thought it was anyway. So there is 2 costs. There's ChatGPT 3, which is free. If you want to go in and do all these extra apps, you do have to pay a cost. It's $20 US, okay, which equivalent to about $35 a month. Okay, I'm using it, obviously it'll be tax deductible, I would imagine. Yeah. So that is, and I found that it's actually amazing. It blows your mind. Has anyone used ChatGPT 4 yet? No? Okay. Alright, so let's start. Okay, so you need to have a login, okay? So you go into the ChatGPT OpenAI. And you log in, you have to register and so on. So you've got the 2 there. You've got the ChatGPT 3.5 and the 4. So I'm just going to concentrate on 4, and this is your subscription line, okay? It's called ChatGPT Plus. Alright, and to go into it, you have what they call these plugins. Now these plugins are your apps you can use. At the moment, I've only got a couple up there. You can only use 3 at a time, but you have thousands to choose from. And those thousands, you just work out what you need to install. So at the moment, I've installed about 12 apps that I'm using. One's I've got a couple of stories for English, obviously. Pretty obvious that I've used English for stories. So the kids can generate, you give them a prompt, and they can go and see what stories, and they can work from that. Find out what the language features are. Find out what the literary devices are. All those types of things, okay? So it's a really good tool for warm-ups, I believe. I've used them in plowbacks. I've even sent things back home for their homework and say, look, this is a prompt. I put it in ChatGPT. This is a PowerPoint, like a teal paragraph. You go and tell me what the language features are. Okay, some really easy work that doesn't take too long. So at the moment I've got Smart Slides. That's the first one I'm going to show you. It's an app. I've also got the AI Quest. That actually generates a whole story. Okay. I've also got Vizsla. That is your video. It is a really cool video. It gives, the only concern with the video, which I'll tell you later, is it's in a US voice, so especially for English, the spelling is incorrect in some parts. That's all, okay? You just got to be mindful of that. The plugin store, I'll go into that now. This is your plugins. At the moment, I'll go into what I've installed. So I've got all of these data analysis, so when I do business, you've got Scraper, which is a web pages for URLs. There's the stories, Vizsla, which is your video. And I've also got Web Pilot, so looking at PDFs, data, chat and write, and insights and summaries for YouTube videos, okay? But let me show you what there is. There are thousands. Analytics, okay? If you, especially in maths, you can do analytics. Okay, you can, like, that's only A, okay? And we've got 165 pages just in A. So you've got advisor, error, acquire. You can go up to, let's go up to 156. Okay, zero planners. So if you're doing a planner, okay? You just got to find, and this is where you spend your time, finding the apps you need. Okay, so I just started, thankfully Karen just took me down to the smart slides first, which is a PowerPoint, because that's what I use mainly. As a teacher for English, I use PowerPoints. So that was where I thought I'd start with that. Looked at videos and then thought, yep, I can create videos. And I did within, took me probably about half an hour to create my first one. But since then, I take a couple of minutes and they're done. So yeah, it's just you need to go through, for maths, you'll need to look at data. Okay, there's apps for graphs, or graphs, sorry, I'm using some Queensland. Graphs, you've got linear, algebra apps, there's heaps of stuff, okay? Science, there's some health apps. You've just got to go in, type in, say if you want health, let's have a look for, and you come up with all the apps for health. Okay, there's heaps of them. Go into, let's do some math. Oh, no math, maybe it's math. Should I say math? Math tutor, maybe it's math, okay? All right, so calculators and so on. All right? Then, anyone else want me to put in anything else? Say data? Let's see what happens with data. Data, chat sheets.
History?
Interpreters.
Maps.
History?
Maps.
Yes. Maps, yeah, I can put maps. Some history, concept maps, some, brainstorming stuff. History. And as you can see, you can take flight tracker, it's even got flight tracker there. So there's time port is really cool. You can go back to prehistoric areas, ancient Egypt, ancient Rome, all those types of things. So pretty cool. Let me now show you how to do a PowerPoint. So you go out of here. You've got to put on Chat GPT-4. Your plugins, you make sure you've got your plugins. So you tick that, and the plugins, as I said, I've got these three at the moment. I've got the slides, the story, and your video creator. Then you just put in a prompt for what you need. I've done some examples, so I won't put in prompt, but we'll do that, give you some later. So the first one, so I just put in, I wanted to do a narrative arc structure. Okay, I just put, the prompt I put in, explanation of a narrative arc structure using a sizzling start, backfield orientation, rising action, climax, falling action and resolution. Exactly what we use in Year 7, Year 8. It printed out all this for me, gave me a bit of a definition of what a narrative arc is. And then it went through sizzling start, definition of purpose, and example even. A backfill went through the whole structure, the rising action, the climax, the falling action, and the resolution. Then it says, would you like me to create a slide presentation to visually represent these elements? I just put in the prompt, yes I do. If I did. And then great, this is what that comes back within probably about 2 minutes maximum. Great, I've created a slide presentation for you for the narrative arc. You can now download it. All you have to then do is click on the presentation. Oh, hang on, maybe not. I think they only last 24 hours, so I might have to redo it. So let me show you, let's start. New chat. I'll just grab the prompt. So it should have the same stuff again. Click on that. New chat. And you go, yes. As said, it's probably good to see it anyway. So this within seconds it's up. Pretty amazing, huh?
Do you know, or does anybody know, if there's a limit to login devices with ChatGPT?
As in,
People sharing the
sharing.
login.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I can't. Probably Karen's the best one to answer that. So I said create. Now I want to.
I'll go in with a group if anyone else wants to go in.
Still,
So now it's all I've said. Create a presentation. It's now using the app that I've chosen. We're using Smart Slides. And this might take a couple of minutes. So anyone got questions while we're waiting?
Once it creates the
Yes.
slides through that, can you then give it more prompts and it will read it?
Yes. You can just keep going. I could now, if I think, oh, I've forgotten some, stop generating, and then just do another prompt. Right. Yeah. I did that with a couple of, I'll show you. Had to redo it because it didn't give me what I needed. I mean, this is where you need to know your content too. So I knew that the answers to this were right. You need to make sure that you're not giving the kids the wrong information too. So it's done. And download presentation. So you do have to save these because I'm pretty sure it only gives you 24 hours for these. So it's done my slides for me. I've got the information, then you just add whatever you want to it. And it's done. And then you just add more information. The other one I did, I'll show you the one I did for Year 7 English. Obviously I updated for the warm-up, but it gave me all this information. and that basically just put it in a format for me. And I just added that one. So they only give you 5 slides. You need to add to it. But if you wanted to do one section, then generate another one, do another PowerPoint, give you another 5 slides. I just want to concentrate on maybe the orientation backfill. The next 5 slides, I want to just concentrate on maybe the final, the conclusion, resolution, those types of things. So that's very easy to make PowerPoints, yes.
Before, when the prompts, when it spat back out for you, it said that there was a definition, a purpose, and an example. How come those 3 things weren't on each slide for each section of here?
Yes, well that's where you've got to probably do copy and paste a bit.
Right.
It's not perfect and you've got to add to it, but it just gives you that start.
Could you type in, can you make sure you include the definition, example, and blah, blah, blah in each slide?
Yeah, let me see if this one works. No, so they only last 24 hours.
If you want, you could probably try going reload or redo prompts, and it might actually just redo and give you the download again.
Yeah, so if you want to redo something, so if say we want to just concentrate. Right, I haven't got my glasses on, so they're on my head. Okay, concentrate on the resolution. Let's see what they come up with. So it's about what you put into it. See, now it's actually got more information. It's giving more examples, more purpose. Okay, so you can do PowerPoint slides on that one as well. And even giving tips now on how to write it. It's all about what you put in that prompt to what you get back from it. Any questions so far? The next thing, if I wanted to change this to, probably gone too far now. If I want to create a video. So it will ask you, what do you want on that video? Like, it'll actually give you some prompts so they can actually, what's the main topic, content, and so on.
What's the video I've called again? Sorry.
Pardon?
What's the video topic called?
Vizsla. Okay, so that's Vizsla. I will. So the one I did for English, it's in here. This is the one I created from Vizsla.
Presentation on First Nations people, artists, and famous artwork, with a special focus on the Barada Barna peoples. Today, we'll explore the rich cultural heritage and artistic contributions of First Nations communities. First Nations artwork has a long and storied history.
Sorry, start again. Yeah, it's not going to pay you
On First Nations people, artists, and famous artwork, with a special focus on the Barada Barna peoples. Today, we'll explore the rich cultural heritage and artistic contributions of First Nations communities. First Nations artwork has a long and storied history, evolving over time while maintaining its cultural significance. Understanding the meaning behind various artistic elements like form lines, ovoids, and dots can offer deeper insights into the artwork. One notable artist from the Barada Barna community is Elaine Chambers. Her artwork, titled Heading Home, captures various elements significant to the Barada Barna peoples, such as gathering circles, animals, and tools. First Nations artwork plays a crucial role in storytelling, spiritual practices, and community building. The artwork often features a variety of styles, regional differences, and common motifs and symbols. Traditional materials and modern adaptations come together in a display of craftsmanship. It's essential to approach First Nations artwork with sensitivity, respecting intellectual property rights, and avoiding cultural appropriation. In conclusion, First Nations artwork is a rich tapestry of history, culture, and community. Understanding and respecting this art form enriches us all.
So that, unfortunately, again, if you want to get videos with premium, these are just clip arts, these are all free. But if you want to go to that next level and get, obviously premium images, you've got to pay again. So it's all this, pay, extra pay. So I'll show you how to do it. So that was basically just what I put up in the PowerPoint slide, and it created a video. And then I chopped and changed. I didn't like some of the pictures that they had, and I just chopped and changed them. So do you want to have a look how I did that? So I'm just going to, it's asking me a few things. What's the main topic of the video? So I'll just put narrative up. I'm not going to answer all of those questions, but to make it better, you need to really answer. Oh, hang on. So now it's generating a video for me. So let's see what's come up with. So again, you only have, 24 hours, so you need to save it. So you get that claim code and you need to save it. So let's see what they've, now it's not going to, hang on, I did the wrong thing. Back here, watch the video. Why is it not letting me? I don't know. Should I say?
That's the same one that pops up if you haven't signed in to the internet, school internet, or if you can't access it on the school internet. So,
okay. I thought I would have already done that. Anyway, so unfortunately it's not going to work. I know I've got one here. Did this? No, it's not going to. that back. But that's how easy it is to create a video. Any questions?
You said you only have 3 things active at once. How often can you change them?
Oh, you can change them any time,
Oh,
all the time. Yeah. So I just have these because these are what I use mainly for English. Yeah. To create a story. So I've just, in this one, I just put a prompt in a dystopian story in Australia. Sure, I can create a story. It asked me to do what? Asked me a few more prompts. It said, what's the age? Are there any specific themes or elements? The style of the story and the name of the protagonist. Now, all I did was said, can you just give me the age 15 to 16? So I did it for the year 9s, 10s, and it seems like we have, here it is. And that's basically said, the title is going to be The Red Sands. It's going to be Australian 2151 AD, and your protagonist is Alara, and it wrote the story for me within minutes, well, even less than a minute, really. Wrote the story. So these would be great, especially in English and maybe even history, any science maybe about a topic. Get the students to do it too. Like if they can just go, because this can work on just ChatGPT, the 3.5, and get them to work out, well, where's a language feature here? Where's what's the title? Who's the protagonist? What's the character? All those types of things. I'm sorry I'm doing it from an English point of view, but you get the point. Any questions? The other one is this one here too. So if I go, no, I haven't got it. So I'll go back. So if I want to change, as Tom said, change the ones I want. So if I go out of AR Quest, so that's a story, and I go into this storyboard. This storyboard actually gives me visuals and starts doing pictures as well. So if I did that, and I will go use the same prompt as I did here. And it's using the other app. So this is a different app to the other one. Thanks for your patience. Okay. So let's have a look at what it looks like. This is the storybird.ai. Again, you've got to register for all these, but this was free. So it's given me an image. It's given me in a dystopian future Australia, young girl discovers a hidden power that holds the key to restoring hope and freedom for her people. A great thing for a warm-up, okay? Continue the story for your class. You can also put audio, and it's also started to do pictures. The kids can go from there. Great. Yep, put the image up. Yep. Right, students. You're now going to write me a 2-paragraph or a narrative on this picture. Okay? Just really, yeah, I don't know. I'm still learning. There's a lot to learn. Any questions?
I think the one I did probably like when Jacob Jennings did it, and I didn't realise that ChatGPT remembers, like you can train it to like, so you can say next time next time you have a PowerPoint slide, can you make sure you have this on this page, this on this page?
So that's at the beginning. So that's in your settings. So if you go, and I think if you're going in Karen will show you a little bit more on how to do that. Go back out of there. So in your settings down here, so down on the left-hand corner, this is where your custom instructions. So I haven't done anything yet because I'm still working on it, but this is where you put what you'd like your ChatGPT to do. So you could say, I'm working in the Australian curriculum version 9.1, as an English teacher and provide some ideas of what you actually need. We're doing a unit on dystopian fiction. We're doing a unit on First Nations people, that sort of stuff. So then down the bottom, how would you like ChatGPT to respond? You want it in a professional or academic level or whatever level you want, okay? Formal, informal. So that's where you put all your prompts, what you want. That can stay, you can change that any time, but depends on which unit you're on and maybe even which subject you're on. And ChatGPT will recognise that as you go. So where are you based, even Australia? Because that's one thing I've noticed. A lot of the stuff is American based, okay, so you've got to be careful that it's, equivalent to Australian content. What do you do for work? English teacher. What are your hobbies? So if you want to put other stuff, what subjects do you do? Don't just have to do English, you put humanities, maths, whatever. Alright. So, yes.
Sorry, I missed the one. What's the one that actually creates the PowerPoints? What?
Yep, that is called Smart something. Hang on. Smart Slides, I think it is.
Smart Slides. Alright, thank you.
So if I wanted to create a PowerPoint from here, it will ask me prompts. What else do I need? I'm sure. Yeah. Can you give me some more details? Okay. So look, the sky's the limit, really. Any further questions? Have a go. Someone wants to come up. Do you want me to do something for maths or for anything else?
Can you show us the free one? Is it the same?
Oh, the free one? No. Okay. So the free one. We'll go back here. So the free one doesn't have your plugins. You don't have your apps. They get you, don't they? So I think if you could do what you're saying, maybe you can combine a few of you together. I don't know what the outcome of that is.
Could you still get information, you just have to put it into a slide yourself? Like, is that still a thing?
Like in 3.5, what does it do?
It's just as prompts, so you don't have. So if I want to put dystopian story, it will give me something different. And then what you do is then put that into a PowerPoint if you wanted to. So I've done that too. So it's real, and I guess I suppose the thing that I can emphasise most is what you put in here is what you get out. So I can now say, right, I didn't really want a dystopian story. I've now decided I want to change it to, I don't know, give me something.
Romance.
Romance story.
Perfect.
Oh, that's all right. My glasses. So, there you go. All right. Pretty cool, huh? And I guess we need to be on top of this because the students are certainly way ahead of us in knowing how to create these things and use all the apps. Okay, I'm sure there's probably grammar apps and a lot of stuff, punctuation, spelling. No, as I said, the sky's the limit, and they are virtually every day they're putting 100 more apps on these chat GPTs. It's mind blowing, really. Anything else? I think that's it. Is it 3 o'clock? Yep. Off you go. Go to your